Hey Vacay Baes, welcome back to my channel. So I am live from my bed. I have been spending a lot of time in my bed lately, and we'll get into that. I wanted to come on here and just give you guys a little life update video. Very raw, transparent, no frills, and just talk about where I've been at because I clearly have not been on YouTube. Where have I been? Why have I not been posting? I feel like I do this every so often where I go through these breaks, but this time has been a little bit different. This time has felt different, and I had to do a lot of self-reflection and just re-evaluating how I feel about YouTube and how I feel about this is a hobby, this is a platform, and just is this something that I still really enjoy? Last month was really hard for me. Last month, I feel like I took a hiatus from a lot of things. And I had mentioned to you guys previously that I was really into the thick of it with anxiety and dealing with panic attacks and just things that were going on within my personal life, that I was working through different methods to try to get through that in therapy. And there's just a lot going on in my life. And obviously, this channel is my life. It is just me being me. And I feel like it's a lot easier to make content when your content is not about you and it's not about your life and it's about something specific. Even when I do Get Ready With Me, is me sharing personal things with you guys. Like, if it was just about the makeup, then I could get on here and do makeup videos all day, every day, because I would never have to tell you anything about myself. And I could just be showing you the makeup and not sharing anything. But that's not me. I have always been very transparent with you, and I built this community based on transparency, and I want to keep it that way. And I think that some of the bonds that I've built with some of you through this channel have been just invaluable. Like they're so valuable to me. They just mean so much, the fact that we're able to connect with each other like on a deeper level and not even really know each other. And that's something that I do hold dear and close, and why I felt like I needed to come on here and just kind of explain like where I've been, because there is a certain form of guilt that pops up when I'm not making content, when I'm not filming. I feel like I'm ghosting you guys. Like, I feel like I'm just ghosting this relationship. Even though I know that there's a certain level of understanding there, and I do have to take care of myself first in order for there to even be a channel, I think that at least over the last month or so, I've gotten really in my head. And the break that I just had was not similar to my other breaks. Like, my other breaks are sometimes due to just lack of time, or honestly lack of ideas, or just certain scheduling things that stop me from filming and posting. And this time it really was just a complete me thing. Like, it was me standing in my own way, and I am not mad about it because some of the reflections that have come up during that time frame are so necessary. And I wanted to talk about it because, just like I always say, I'm pretty sure there are other people that are going through the same things as me, and we can help each other out by sharing our experiences. So I am going through, or was going through, because I don't want to continue to claim this over my life, but I was going through extreme decision fatigue. I'm becoming very, very overwhelmed by just trying to be an independent adult. And there's just so much going on, as I'm sure everybody knows, like within our economy and also within choices of where do I want to be? What do I want to do? You know, like, oh my goodness, it's so hard. I'm not gonna lie, like it's so difficult to wake up every day and be like, okay, what am I putting my energy and my efforts towards today outside of God? Because God will always be my center. He will always be the first thing on my mind when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night, because I owe everything to Him. There would be no channel, there would be no me without Him. And I feel like outside of me pouring into my spirituality and being led by God, God also gives us free will and the opportunity to do what it is that we want to do and we feel like we need to do on a daily basis. And I saw this TikTok. I'm pretty sure Natalie sent this to me, and it was like what I feel like being led by God looks like. And it was this guy waking up and God speaking to him so clearly and being like, now wake up, now do this, and just like step by step instructions. And it's like what it's really like to be led by God. It was God being like, pray. And I think sometimes we just assume that because we have a good relationship spiritually with God, that we're just going to get these textbook step-by-step instructions of what to do every minute of every day. And though I do feel like sometimes when we're spoken to, it does feel like that. It feels like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do play by play. But then we also have some moments where it doesn't feel like that. It may feel like I know what I need to do right now is work on myself. And that's very broad, you know, like work on myself. How? I got a lot of things to work on. I'm nowhere near perfect. We are all flawed. And I feel like recently I know that I've been needing to work on myself, but how does that play into my day to day? You know, how does that play into my goals? And my goals have also changed since I've been working on myself. The things that I want, not just for myself, but for those around me, what I want in relationships, platonic and romantic. You know, I feel like I'm just changing so much at one time that my desires are also changing. And it's just very challenging to keep up with all of these things at one time. And I got to a point where I was like, I'm just tired of making decisions. I'm tired of trying to decide. Like, no, I don't have to have my whole life planned out, but I'm getting so tired of having a plan that I'm not doing anything. I'm not planning anything. I'm like, whatever, I'm just living for today. And I also don't like doing that. I feel like I have kind of taken the faith out of my future because I'm so worried about it that I'm almost scared to plan for the future just in case it doesn't happen. And that's not having faith. Like, having faith is having faith in my future, and that if that is not what God has planned for me, He will redirect me to what is for me. But He still wants me to be faith-filled. He still wants me to have desires. He still wants me to look forward to things because that's who He's called us to be. And I think that I've just been so afraid to lean into and go for the things that I want because I'm scared of like, well, what if it doesn't happen? Or what if this isn't for me? And God doesn't call us to be fearful. He doesn't call us to be scared. He doesn't call us to be afraid. And so I am just pushing past that. Even in this video, I'm pushing past whatever my thoughts are. I have thoughts that jump into my head all the time of, does anybody want to hear this? Or is it rambling? Or it doesn't matter. I think too much sometimes. I really overthink, and I overthink myself out of doing a lot of stuff, i.e. filming videos or going places or saying certain things. I'm so overly cautious. And it's so funny because I used to throw caution to the wind way too much. If you knew me in my past life, then you knew I was throwing caution, okay, to the wind. And I wasn't cautious enough. And I feel like I went from one extreme to the other of being too cautious and just walking on eggshells in my life. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I understand that I'm not perfect by any means, but I want to love myself in my imperfections as much as when I am congratulating myself or when I feel my best or when my hair is done, because I was like, oh, I have mini twists in, so it is what it is. But, I'm so used to like coming on here and like getting beautified or, I want to love myself in all forms. And when I'm not feeling my most confident and also giving that version of myself to you guys, than I am when I feel put together, because I just feel like that's real. And I do feel like we have built a real community. And I say we because there would be no platform. There would be none of me conversating and conversing or whatever with you guys if you weren't engaging back with me. And I feel like we have built this safe space of transparency, and I want it to stay like that. And I want it to be even more transparent and growing as we all grow together, because it's been a few years now, that I've been doing YouTube. And I thank you guys all the time, but saying it again, just thanking you for being a safe space for me and for me to be able to open up to you about different things. So ultimately, that is where I've been at. I have been in a shell. I've been in a bubble. I've been in a safety net, if you will, to protect myself from nothing, basically, because it's not really protecting myself. It's a false sense of protection. It is me avoiding, which I'm learning through therapy is something that I do often. I avoid my feelings about situations to, like, as a defense mechanism. I avoid going certain places, talking about certain things as a defense mechanism instead of just being 100% authentically myself sometimes. And it's not that I'm not myself, it's just I'm not my whole self. Like, I have a part of myself that I will share, and then the rest of myself I'll shut down because it may be too difficult to share, or it's just exhausting for me to do. And yeah, I have just gotten to the point where sometimes I overthink my content, or I overthink talking about certain aspects of my life, and then I'll completely shut down and just don't do anything. So that is where I've been for the last month. I am not off of YouTube. Honestly, y'all know, like, I say this confidently, like, I would never just up and leave. Even if I take breaks, even if I took a break for a year, even if I took a break for a month or something that was necessary for me, I would not just up and leave. And I feel like y'all know that, but if y'all don't know that, I wanted to come on here and just confirm, like, I wouldn't just up and leave. I love YouTube. I love talking to you guys. I love being able to document parts of my life, even for myself, so that I can go back and be like, wow, like, look at all the things that you've gotten through, or look at all the things that you have done or you've pushed through, and just the stamina of life and how I've grown and how I've changed. Like, it is beneficial for me as much as I hope and pray that it's beneficial for y'all. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and just talk a little bit. I am posting some other videos that are more content based for those of you, because I know sometimes like thinking about feelings and everything, just the way that I shut down, like people come to YouTube for an escape, and sometimes you don't want to hear about feelings, you don't want to talk about feelings, you want to get on YouTube and see entertainment. And I understand that because I do that too. But sometimes we do want just that confirmation of like, okay, so it's not just me. Like, life has been really challenging recently. Like, we are all just trying to get our footing, and there's a lot going on, and it's hard. You know, we have this consistent list of things that we have to do. And yeah, I'm heading into my last year of my 20s, and I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with it too. And yeah, so that's my computer going off, getting emails, of course. But I just wanted to come on here and share that with you and just talk for a second. So I love you guys so much. I don't even know if I'll edit this video at all. I might just post it in one continuous clip because that's how I'm feeling. And just getting into being back on YouTube. It's been a while. So yeah, as always, I thank you guys so much for watching this video and just supporting me in every way that you do. And yeah, we will see where this journey takes me, of what my content will look like moving forward. Maybe the same, maybe a little bit different. We'll see. I just want it to be very easy and very real. So yeah, definitely comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and also how you've been. And if there is anything that you want to see or that you want to hear about that I've been going through, I may be able to elaborate a little bit more in future videos. But please like if you like this video, subscribe so you can be a Vacay Bae and be on our journey. Life is one big vacation, and yeah, we're in it together. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love ya.